my question is, how do we learn then from, like, there are lots of mobile apps that do similar things all across East Africa, and how do we learn from what?
So the question was that there are other apps. How do we learn from them?
Yes.
Right.
Well, but perhaps one of the, I have to really get in touch with you, and you give me some of those contacts so we don't have to.
Group is an
But
evaluation.
Anyway,
The focus group is an evaluation tool.
Yeah, but I mean across the countries. Like, for example, there's been an app around a long time that does some of this. And in Kenya, for example, USAID has conducted focus groups with farmers and mobile app designers around this very issue.
Yeah.
So how do we learn from those kind of interactions is what I'm saying.
Actually, the way you want to, if I may answer, the way you want to do it is there are successes and failures. Parts of it has worked, parts of it hasn't.
Yes.
You actually want to take some of this design into that community and have them design with you.
Yep.
Because if you co-create with them, then they will know what the advantages are, what the disadvantages are, and design with you in terms of what they want.
Yeah.
Right? That's and
I have a small question.
yeah.
Who will bear the cost of the smartphone?
yeah,
We
we
already have the smartphone, most of them.
No. The
Rural farmers?
Some of them.
Some of them.
But seriously, like, one of the things we see at a lot of the innovation, almost every year there's someone that comes out with another farming app.
Yep.
And so,
Yep.
seriously.
Yeah, so
And so trying to understand that.
But the key is to what extent those apps were developed, co-created with the community. Most of the time, somebody thinking through this, who's not living in the village every day, and who's not a farmer, some tech guy.
Yep.
And I think that's most of the time the problem. The difference is co-creating. Some of these farmers might have used those and they will say, but we've had this before, but it failed because of this. And so yes, let's talk about it. That's what we want to do.
So if I were to put these two together, I'd say, oh, really? If there are all these apps coming out and they're all disaggregated, meanwhile there's an opportunity to co-create, I would actually say we need a new platform. We need a platform on top of which people can build very easily things that are contextualized to each context, so that you're not trying to have one shoe fits all. And those are the things you co-create with the community. But in any case, actually, keep your comment for a second. Why don't we find our places again? We'll just spend the next 20 minutes just discussing, and then we'll depart. Talking about your individual issues and your individual problems and so on. Let's take a step back. First and foremost, compare your modes with your business as usual day where you're at work. Do you think that you were more innovative today than you are on your normal day? Yes or no?
yes.
Okay, what do you ascribe that to? What do you attribute that to? If you were, why were you more innovative today? Say again? So I still remember the look on your face when I said you have to create an experience in the next 40 minutes. Half of you looked like deer in headlight, and half of you look a little panic-stricken. But now let's think about the richness of the ideas that has been created. About half an hour later, you got about 35 minutes to do this prototype. And you remember how unformed your ideas were right before that? And now think about the level of the richness of the discussion we've had, and the quality of the ideas that have been generated, right? And I hope you can take away the power of this sequence, because you brainstormed, opened up the space, then you took a few of them, and just through this really, really crude prototyping, we forgot that this was a crude prototype. We talked about the real issues. We thought about the village elders. We thought about issues of price arbitrage, etc., right? Any comments about any aspect of prototyping? What did you learn from this exercise? If you were to take something away and tell someone back home about what you learned about this specific exercise, what would it be? Yes, Anji.